Welcome back to the Lenten Lessons on the Mass, Premium Edition. I'm taking you through the Mass step by step, and we're now in the Eucharist prayer, and we're coming to the point of the Eucharistic prayer, which I think is the most important. It's called the Consecration, when the priest repeats the words Jesus spoke at the Last Supper. In the red rubrics here, it says, in the formulas that follow, the words of the Lord should be pronounced clearly and distinctly as the nature of these words require. And that's why the words of the Lord are all in capital letters in bold print. These are the words of the Lord. And the priest says, on the day before he was to suffer, he took bread in his holy and venerable hands. Watch what the priest does here. He takes the unconsecrated bread there. Now you might not notice, but it says here in the rubrics, he raises his eyes. So the priest looks up to heaven because he's going to offer this up to God the Father in heaven. And with eyes raised to heaven, to you, O God, his almighty Father, giving you thanks, he said the blessing, broke the bread, and gave it to his disciples, saying, and now what follows are the words of consecration. They're all in bold print. I'm not going to say them now because I'm teaching. I'm not actually celebrating the Mass. And if I said those words right now with a host in my hand, the miracle would take place. And this 1-minute lesson would now become a 40-minute lesson because I would have to finish the Mass. But you can read it for yourself. And after he consecrates the bread, he shows the consecrated host to the people. That's what it says here in the rubrics. Place it again on the paten and genuflex in adoration. The priest can show the Holy Eucharist to the people at this level, or at this level, or even higher at this level. It doesn't say which one. Each one has its own meaning. This one is for all the people to be able to see the Holy Eucharist, and this is more symbolic that he's offering up to the Holy Father in heaven. If you remember St. John Paul II, he would do a 360-degree turn and show it to everyone. I don't do that because it doesn't say to do that, and I'm not St. John Paul II, but he could do that. And after he shows it to the people for a little bit, he places it very delicately back on the paten because he's got God in his hands, and then he makes a genuflection. And he can stay genuflected for as short or as long as he wants. And if you notice, sometimes the priest has his index finger and his thumb pinched together because he was holding the Holy Eucharist the moment before, just in case there might be any particle of the consecrated bread on his fingers, it doesn't get wasted. He does the same thing now, removing the pall from the chalice, and he says the words of consecration, which are the same words that Jesus spoke at the Last Supper, because Jesus said, do this in memory of me. That's why the priest says those words. That's why he uses wine made of grapes and bread, which is unleavened, made from wheat, because that's what Jesus did. He shows the chalice to the people with the precious blood of Christ within it. And then again, he makes a genuflection and adoration. And the faithful who are in their pews at that moment can pray in their heart the aspiration, my Lord and my God. That's what St. Thomas the Apostle said to Jesus the night of the resurrection when Jesus appeared in the room. He said, my Lord and my God. Did you like what you learned today? Well, there's a lot more where that came from, so stay tuned.